The behavior of some of the local MDs in our parliament are not the best. And what we saw the last couple of weeks are not acceptable in every way you think about it. I'm not really sure whether this selected, I won't call them elected local MPs in our parliament, know what they're doing. It's really very low level. It's something that we were not expecting from any human being, let alone a leader or someone who's a member of a parliament who's supposed to lead a whole country, a whole nation. And that's what this week's MI's 5 Minutes of Fame is about. What role is there for parliament? What can go wrong if this trend continues and these local MPs who are creating this unnecessary havoc in the parliament continue that behavior? What can be the outcome? And that's what I really want to write about. And as mentioned in a few other posts, we wrote 10 lessons that might help anyone who wants to know what government is and what government does and how government functions and what parliament is about. Because it seems some of these local MPs have no clue what they're supposed to do. And that's what I will cover in this week. It's Mohammed's MI 5 Minutes of Fame for week 5. We are in February. So I hope this will enlighten many of us and those of us who are very frustrated about what we're watching on TV and how our local MPs are behaving will agree with me that the time has come that we should do better. Yes, I get it. It's easy to say things and talk about topics that are important and raise issues, ask questions, but it helps when one criticizes or questions or raises an issue to also recommend a solution. So in this particular case about the Somali parliament and the politicians and their behavior, yes, I have a recommendation, and the recommendation is SAMSOC, Somali School of Government. There's a website with 10 lessons that educate, inform people who are interested in what government is and how governments should function and what parliaments do and so on. Now, the question is, and some of you rightly asked me, why am I using a foreign language? Why am I doing my 5 minutes of fame in English? Here's the short answer. The considered one, I will write it below. The short answer is I'm really targeting the young Somali generation in the diaspora, the 30 or less years old. Why? Because those are probably the ones that I hope will be the future of Somalia, who will help rebuild Somalia. Unfortunately, 30 plus or below 30 in Somalia, you didn't get the proper education needed. We were lucky. We had free education and we learned a lot of things. There was one subject called civics that actually talked about being a citizen and what does being a citizen means, the rights and the duties of a citizen and so on. Unfortunately, you didn't get it. And those of you who went to Sudan, I hope you learned something. And the others who went to Pakistan and Afghanistan or wherever else, I hope you also learned something. But the evidence is lacking. I'm sorry I being a bit critical this week. In fact, this is a second take. The first version I did, I decided to change it. But I will share with you, those of you who just want to see what I sound when I'm angry and I'm frustrated, both in the Somali and English version. So I'll stop here. My 5 minutes of fame are gone. And comments, feedback, as always, welcome. This week, our focus was on the behavior of the Somali parliamentarians who were selected, not elected, and what can we do about it. In a positive note, a lot can be done, but really, there's a danger. We are facing a serious danger if the parliament fails to work. Why? Because there will be no government. And you don't want to have a vacuum. We've been through this. We've been through transition governments and so on. I will stop there. I hope all will be good.